Moms for Liberty really worked miracles.
We have a crisis in America in public education. This is the future of our kids and our country.
You are joyful warriors.
And we are just getting started. Welcome to the Fire of Liberty show. I'm Tina Deskovich, the CEO and co-founder of Moms for Liberty. I missed you guys last week. We ran a best of show as we launched our new book written by our Moms for Libraries founder, starter, Catherine Rahimian. It's our first book in a series about the founding mothers. I hope you'll go check it out. It's focused on the story of Mercy Otis Warren, one of our founding mothers. We at Moms for Liberty love to celebrate our founding mothers. What we don't love to celebrate at Moms for Liberty is the teachers union. Wah, wah. This past week, and this summer, both the AFT and the NEA, the National Education Association, have held their summer conferences. I think they're called conferences. And as usual, for the past 5 years, we've been following that. And as usual, well, they don't have anything to do with education. I will give Randy Weingarten credit on one resolution they voted on this time. It does have to do with education for the first time in many years. But let's just talk for a second about some of the things they voted on this week. Let's see, abolishing ICE. That has to do with education. What else did she vote on and her people vote on? They voted to not support the Save America Act. They voted to keep secrets from parents. They voted to, here's the education one. Are you ready for it? The education one they voted on. I think it's the first one that involves education in the last 5 years. And it's actually about early childhood education, which you would say is a good thing because we want kids to read early so they'll be set up for success. Except they want early childhood education, so preschool education, to be funded by you and me, taxpayer dollars, to fund early childhood education. And here is the kicker. They should only be taught by unionized employees, of course. So thank you, Randy, for once again trying to destroy public education so that Moms for Liberty has to continue to exist to save our country from the likes of you and help education in America, protect our children and our families. So here we are today on the Fire of Liberty show. What we do is we bring you the frontline activists and warriors every week in Moms for Liberty and a few outside of Moms for Liberty. They are in this culture war in America, fighting for the soul of it. They don't even want to be doing it. They're forced into it because they just have to do something because they cannot look away. And today's guest is no different than that. She's been with us for almost 5 years in her chapter, but she is a brand new chapter chair. Her name is Michelle Brown. She's from Bay County, Florida. She is a mom of 2 and even a grandmom. Welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thank you. It's such a blessing to be here.
I'm so happy you guys drove down last night or this morning.
Last night.
Yeah,
we drove yesterday. Yes.
And is Brevard County prettier than Bay County?
It is.
What? I agree, but Bay County is on the Gulf, right? So you've got the blue water and the prettier sand.
We have prettier sand. We have gorgeous water. But landscape-wise,
really?
yes.
Brevard wins?
Yeah, Brevard wins.
Okay. Well, it's my home, and it's been my home for a number of years. So I want to talk a little bit about your chapter because your chapter's been around for 4 years.
Yes.
And you are the 3rd chapter chair. And for me, that gets me very excited. And I'm hoping after this we can maybe talk a little bit about how that happened, because what we see a lot in Moms for Liberty and other organizations where you have volunteers and even PTOs, PTAs, things of that nature, if you get a strong leader and the chapter or the organization is built around the leader, mm-hmm. when the leader resigns or leaves or moves, sometimes the whole structure kind of falls apart. But something about your chapter has been able to turn over the torch in a healthy, strong way now 3 times and handed to you. So yes. What do you think, what's so special about your chapter or about your previous leaders?
Well, we started with Janet Pattison, and she very strong. She is strong across the board as far as she's very good at dealing with those who agree and those who don't agree. She's very unifying, and she's also out of the military. She's a vet, so she had all the organizational skills to get us up off the ground. In fact, I think she broke a record with Moms for Liberty on how fast she launched our chapter.
Amazing. And she probably learned a lot of leadership skills and leadership training in the military. I didn't
Yes.
realize she was a vet. That
Yes.
is. And so she launches the chapter. She's a strong leader. The one thing that you said was that she knew how to deal with people that agree and disagree. And at Moms for Liberty, we have 3 values. And number 2 is building relationships. It sounds like she espoused that one strongly.
She nailed it, yes. And then we had April Gibson, who I really think is the only one of us who could have followed an act like Janet's. And she is just a go-getter. She's a go-getter. She had us involved, school board meetings, all the time. April really formed our habits of speaking at the school board. She would say, okay, so this week, Michelle, I want you to go and speak on blah, blah, blah. It's 3 minutes. You can do it. I'll go. I'll be there with you. And so it got us used to doing that. And I think that all of that led up to the torch being handed to me. It was
So the
preparation.
three values are: we stand for truth, we build relationships, and we empower others. So what I hear so far is all of you are standing for truth, but your first chapter chair really built relationships, and your second chapter chair really worked to empower others. And so they both espoused the values that we have set here at Moms for Liberty. And so they passed it to you. And what do you think about that? Were you excited? Was it like did the last chair tell you were you voluntold? How did that turn out?
I don't know that excited is the right word. I'm more excited now. I think I was more terrified when we did elections in November. I had to pray about it a lot. April said she prepared. Again, she's about empowering people, and she prepared me for months that you're going to be the next chapter chair.
How did she prepare you? I think it's important, not just within Moms for Liberty folks that are listening, but in any organization. How was April as a leader preparing you for months?
Well, she would point out my passions. You don't want this group to fall apart. We have to move on, and you are prepared. You can do this. And
so she encouraged you?
Very, very much. And a lot of the group, encouraged me. And when you see that, and then you don't want the group to fall apart. We've worked hard. We've done all the things over the years. And we've got a lot of members that have been there the entire time. So
that's incredible.
Yes.
Because people get tired, they get worn out. There's conflict, obviously. It's part of human nature, and they have to step away. But you guys have kind of stayed as a core group.
Yes.
And so April encouraged you. She pointed out your qualities.
Yes.
She voluntold you.
She's good at that.
I do think that is a quality in good leaders, to be able to volunteer, ask people. You don't want to be forceful on it. But I know in the past when I was PTO president, I took a lay of the land, and I looked, I had a hole of something that needed to be done, and I would look for somebody that had those skills, and then I would tell them, you really have these skills, and you could do this, and you could help. And I do think that is a skill that can be taught to people, and we should work on that.
Yeah. Well, she's very good at the voluntold.
That's
thing.
wonderful.
She does that with her husband and sons at all of our yard sales. They get voluntold.
That's great.
And, it's very good.
And so now you are the chapter chair. And are you happy to be in the position? How is that going for you?
I'm actually thrilled at this point. I have learned through all of our conversations and all of our experiences that all of us have different gifts. So although I am the third chapter chair, I'm not the same as Janet. I'm not the same as April. And we all have different qualities. And it works out that way. And so I've accepted the fact that I do have my own skills and my own gifts, and they are different from theirs. But we're doing different things, and the group is moving forward, and so it's really
I
great.
love that. So it's still, for such a time as this, we use the Esther quote all the
Yes.
time in our organization. And even within our organization at the national level, there are different times for different types of leadership. And so I love that you have found your footing. You're comfortable with your skills and talents. And I'm going to ask you an uncomfortable question.
Oh, no.
What is it that's different about you and how they led? What is it that you feel like now that you've understood that you are bringing to the table?
I think I am probably over the top in getting other people involved, like other members. I'm becoming a volunteer. I'm becoming.
You're learning new skills.
Yes, I'm learning new skills, computer skills. That's my biggest challenge. But I'm a people person. And so I think I just bring a lot of peace to the group. If we're having conversations that are not agreeing, I think I bring a lot of
Diplomacy.
Yes.
That is a great skill.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I think that is my skill.
That's great. So let's talk about you a little bit, and because you've been through some crazy things in your life that have kind of shaped you into who you are
Yes.
now and the leader you are. And probably, I think you just said you were a peacemaker. Would you say that you're a peacemaker?
I would say I am.
Yeah, it seems that way to me. I mean, your sense of calm, even right now, is it's interesting to be in this seat and interview people weekly, because the energy people bring in, some are bouncing out of their seats, some are shaking their leg and foot, but you have a real sense of calm. Why do you think that is? And what are some of the things that have happened in your life that have brought you to this point?
Wow, loaded question there. Yeah. So in 2003, I was in a terrible car accident in Atlanta. That's where I'm from originally. And life flighted to the Emory, actually Grady downtown, and then moved to Emory. I tore off half my face. I had actually a really horrible self-esteem before that. And then taking off half your face, you would think it would get worse, but it didn't get worse. After I got through all of that and through being in the hospital for a month and relearning a bunch of things, had a lot of surgery to put myself back together, and I'm telling you, my self-esteem went up. I'm not sure
Really?
exactly how that happened.
Probably
and then,
because a sense of gratitude for
Yes.
what you did have, because
That's
you
it.
almost lost everything.
Yes. And after that, I did lose everything. I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost everything because I lost my job, and it was all downhill at that point. But God, and then we ended up going through the hurricane, and Hurricane Michael was a Category 5 hurricane in 2018. And immediately thereafter, I said, you know what? I'm going to go down to Bradenton. That's beautiful, and spend some time with my best friend. And while I was there, I ended up in the ER with my heart and had an open heart surgery where they forgot to turn my oxygen back on.
Oh my gosh.
So there we are again, 3 times, intubated. We have the oxygen problem with causes brain damage. And I had to relearn everything. I came out on oxygen on a walker, couldn't take care of myself at all. And then God shows up again. And so now it's just this, I feel like I have a purpose, that this is it. I have time for Moms for Liberty, and my poor husband will tell you that I spend time with Moms for Liberty. And that I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
So, I mean, in like 3 minutes, you just went through 2 things that most of us will never have to go through or experience. And so I just want to explore them just a little bit more. You say that you had no self-esteem before your first accident.
Correct.
So low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said I had to relearn everything. What does that mean? Did you lose cognitive abilities too when you had?
With the car accident, I hit my head on 285 really hard. So, I don't remember my children's first words or anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, you basically relearn how to reason, how to write, did a lot of testing and all that kind of stuff at Emory, had speech therapy, occupational therapy, and then I did it all again in 2019.
How long did it take you? When was the first car accident?
The car accident was in 2003.
So how long did it take you after that to have all the surgeries, look how you look now, and relearn to walk and write and do all those things?
Well, I was walking after the car accident. That was amazing. But the car accident, I had over 20 different surgeries.
Oh my goodness.
So it lasted years. I mean, I always say it set me back like, 10 years.
Wow.
It took a long time.
And so you come out of that stronger, which
Mm-hmm.
you can, I guess, there's a saying, right? Whatever doesn't break you makes you stronger. And so you come out of that stronger. But I love how you said you came out of it with more confidence.
Yeah.
And more confidence in, and what do you mean? In the way you look and in just conversation, or help me understand that a little bit.
All of it. Like I said, you would think that taking off, half your face, that you would just feel worse about your looks. And I don't. I think that my plastic surgeon did a great job.
Did you have him do some extra things like, hey, could you also lift and tuck this while you're there?
Yeah, I took him a picture of, I think back in those days, I took him a picture of Jennifer Lopez and said, this is what I looked like before. So if you could fix that.
That's great.
Yeah, he missed the mark on that. But I feel great. And I think I feel like I've overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you overcome things like that, then you feel stronger. And,
Yeah,
and it gives you more confidence.
What are you going to give me that I can't overcome now? Like, if I did that, I can do anything.
Yes, and the gratefulness to the Lord for bringing you through that, then you have to live your life differently than you did then.
Were you a peacemaker, and did you carry such an aura of peace before the accident?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I love that you are giggling while you're saying that. Like,
nobody would say that.
That's great. That's great. And so God gives us these horrible things sometimes to really build us in who he wants us to be.
Yes.
And so then you have the heart condition. They forget to turn your oxygen on. You hit rock bottom again. So 2 rock bottoms, and you come out stronger.
Yeah. And I'll tell you that the car accident one, I did not believe in God.
Really?
Yeah. And then the heart one in 2019, I got saved in 2017. So yeah, completely 2 different experiences if you know the Lord and if you don't in those instances. So now I have a comparison of what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, you really have been created into be a new person in Christ, as they say. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And so how do you find your way from that to Moms for Liberty?
Well, Marie Roberson.
Marie Rogerson.
Rogerson.
Yeah.
Rogerson, sorry. Yeah, Rogerson.
Oh, she came to Bay County
She came to Bay County to speak.
I remember they
Yes.
invited us, and she and I having the conversation back then. That was early on about who's going to drive all the way to Bay County. We wanted to go because we were invited and we wanted to grow. And so we had the conversation, and she said, I'll go. I'm like, okay, have fun.
Well, she did a great job because she
did.
brought to light for our entire group. It was the Bay Republican Women Lunch is what it was. And she brought to light all these things that, the average person who's just living their life, especially I didn't have any children in school anymore at that point. My grandkids are in school. But she brought up all these things. We were like, what now? They've got pornography in libraries at school? And, she brought up all these things. And that's when Janet was at the same luncheon. And she said, I'll start a chapter. And she said it right away. She didn't think about it. I mean, by the time lunch was over.
That's awesome. And she did it. And you said it launched within record time.
Yes.
And you guys grew immediately.
Yes.
And you got to work.
Yes. And so when I heard that, and I do have, 2 little granddaughters. One is going into high school now, and one's getting ready to go into middle school. And at the time, they were both much younger. And, because 4 or 5 years and a child, that's much younger. And I think Marie mentioned, the reading levels. And and that kind of thing. And it just was very concerning to me. And that's when I said, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I've been doing it ever since.
It's incredible. Okay, we're going to take a break for a second and talk to you about Patriot Mobile, our sponsor of today's program. I currently have Patriot Mobile, and I will tell you, I just got back 2 days ago from a European vacation, my first vacation in 5 years. It was incredible, and I took my Patriot Mobile phone with me. I mean, it's just a regular Apple phone, but I used Patriot Mobile service, and I had zero problems. So I was in Switzerland, I was in France, I was on airplanes and trains and crossing 3 countries back to the United States, and my Patriot Mobile ran strong the whole time. With data, I was able to watch shows on my phone. I had no concerns.
Awesome.
Patriot Mobile is a good friend to Moms for Liberty. And so many brands today claim to stand for American values, but most of the time it's talk and no action. That's what makes Patriot Mobile different. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been living their values and standing in the gap for every American who believes freedom is worth fighting for. Their business was founded on simple conviction. If culture is being shaped through commerce, Americans deserve a real conservative alternative. Today, Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, offering premium priority nationwide service and any of the 3 major U.S. networks with unlimited data plans, international roaming, which I just used, and 100% U.S.-based customer support. That also is the best, because I did have one question on my way, and I texted, and they responded right away. And with Patriot Mobile, you even have 2 separate networks on one phone, giving you unmatched coverage and peace of mind you can't get with other carriers. Besides the great tech, what sets Patriot Mobile apart is their mission. Every year, Patriot Mobile contributes millions to organizations defending free speech, religious liberty, and the sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, and America's future. Patriot Mobile isn't sitting on the sidelines. They're on the front lines fighting for our freedoms. Join the movement today. Go to patriotmobile.com/M4L or call 972-PATRIOT. Use promo code M4L and you get a free month of service. That's patriotmobile.com/M4L or 972-PATRIOT and make your switch today. Do you have Patriot Mobile?
No, I guess I should get Patriot Mobile. That just sounded great.
Yes, I know. So I had AT&T for, I don't know, from the time I got a cell phone in 2002 or 3. And I switched, I don't know, 2 years ago now to Patriot Mobile. And it's awesome. It uses the AT&T network, but I get to, so nothing's changed really for me.
But you're supporting a great company.
Correct. Who supports Moms for Liberty. They're a major supporter of ours. All of our events. They're a supporter of Summit, which we'll talk about in a few minutes too.
Yeah, so I'll have to get that promo code and
get your
make
free
note
month.
and get my free month.
Do it. Okay, welcome back to the Fire of Liberty show. I'm Tina Descovich. This is Michelle Brown. She is the new chapter chair of Bay County, Florida. She's the 3rd chapter chair. If you missed the first segment, we talked about some serious trauma that she's been through. A major car accident, lost half her face, lost cognitive ability, then a heart surgery where they forgot to turn her oxygen back on, and how she overcame that, but how it's made her a stronger person and has kind of led her to her faith journey, and led her to Moms for Liberty ultimately. And so now she's the chapter chair, and we've talked about some inspiring things, but let's talk about some of the struggles, because you're in a red state. You've got Governor DeSantis. You're in a red county. Like, why does your chapter even need to exist?
We still have our struggles. Our chapter has had over 100 books either removed or relocated.
So is that banning books, Michelle?
Well, now, Tina, we don't ban books.
Are you a book
ever.
banner?
We're never book banners. In fact, any parents who want their children to read the pornographic content can go get it at the public library. They're all there.
So when you say relocated books, what is that? What did you relocate them to?
Well, it's basically age appropriateness. And that's what we're all about, is it age appropriate? And so if we have something in elementary school that really is more for a middle school age group, then we'll just ask them to relocate it. Same thing, middle school to high school.
And has your school board been responsive?
For the most part.
That's great.
Yes,
yeah,
for the most part, they have been responsive.
Yeah, I may not agree on everything, every book, every category, but when you guys have brought forth concerns, they...
Yeah, And that we had, one school board member for one of the really bad books that we just had taken out and said, go buy it somewhere else or go to the public library. It's not fit for my 38-year-old. I would have been embarrassed if she was reading it. But he actually went onto Amazon and bought the book so that he could read it before we had the
He didn't
school
need to do
board
that.
meeting.
He could have just went down to the local
Yeah.
his school in his school district and read it. Sounds like.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he could have, but he actually took the time to read it so that he would know at the meeting what he was going to vote.
Okay. Any other big struggles that you've had in your school district? I mean, you've been around for almost 5 years as a chapter.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been the critical race theory and that kind of stuff, but really we're so fortunate to be in Florida and to have Governor DeSantis and the Parental Rights Office with James Youthmeyer. I mean, that's amazing. And so our biggest struggles really are not as big as other states. So I almost feel badly by even complaining.
No, we're making such progress. You shouldn't feel bad at all. There's work to be done.
We still have, they did finally get the cell phones out of the school, like during class time. So that helped. But we still have bullying that goes on in the schools. We still have.
How are you guys dealing with tech issues in general there?
Well, I presented the AI pledge
good.
that Moms for Liberty had put out. I presented it to our school board. I have not heard anything, basically.
That's okay. Sometimes they need to. So, the Florida school districts all communicate. Like their superintendents have an association, their attorneys have an association. And I know my district here in Brevard has taken our AI model policy for school districts and they are workshopping it into something else. And so what will start to happen is, and I know this because I served on the school board, is that policy will then in some fashion be shared among all the superintendents and all the attorneys in the state. And then there'll be, not that everybody will take the same one, but it'll be a starting point. And so at some point, all 67 districts will want to address these AI issues. They'll have to. And they start looking to each other. And so we came out the gate early on. Brevard looks like they're going to probably lead. And so at some point, your school district is going to address it and they'll know where to turn. I was talking to Jenna Turner this morning, who's over all of our chapter chairs, and we were going through a lot of the chairs and their districts right now. Patty in Iowa presented last week or the last 2 weeks to 3 different school districts in her county because they're structured different. And they've all come back and want to meet with her about our model policy.
That's so great.
It's happening in North Carolina and South Carolina and really all across the country. And so sometimes it takes a little longer, but they'll be around. They'll be asking you for help.
Yes, I hope so because we've got some elections going on now. August 18th is the primary. And so I've already talked to some of those people who are running and who are incumbents about that AI policy because it is important. The guardrails to be put up for that is without guardrails, it's terrifying.
Yeah, if you're listening, you should go to momsforliberty.org/AI. We have model policy for your school district, for your state. There's a lot of information on there. It's the pressing issue of our time for sure. So you said we have elections here in Florida, our primary or sometimes our total win. Sometimes it's the general if they get more than 50%. It's actually happening right now. Mail ballots are out. Early voting is happening coming up soon. And then the final election day is August 18th. Do you have endorsed candidates in this election?
We're working on that this week, actually.
Oh, good.
We've done all the steps, and I've just sent it out to the group for them to vote. And they're currently, I hope, sending the votes in to me as I speak right now.
Good. Get on it if you're watching. Your chapter members, get on it. Because what will happen is once you endorse officially, we kick it over to our PAC, and then the PAC can get involved and to actually help some of those candidates. Win.
That's great.
Let's get on it. Have you had any wins? Do you have anybody on the school board now that you guys have endorsed and helped get on the school board?
Yes, when April was the chapter chair, we did get behind Jerry Register, and he's one of our biggest allies. He's
helpful to have someone on the school board you endorsed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was. We're going to talk about the Liberty Bash later, but he was Ben Franklin at the Liberty Bash.
Oh, really?
handing
Does
out
he look
pocket.
like him?
He had his little costume, and yes, he did look like him. And he was handing out his little pocket constitutions, and yeah, it was great. He's a good friend of ours.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so, yeah, we have more and more endorsements coming in every day right now. And of course, we have our Moms for Liberty Super PAC that's going to help along the way. So that is fantastic. All right, let's talk for a second about Summit.
Yay!
Because I want to promote Summit mostly.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground this year in Dallas. You're going to be at Summit this year?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And you've been with us since early on. So have you been to every Summit?
I've been to every single one except for Philadelphia, and I hate that
incredible.
I missed it.
I know, it was incredible.
Yes.
But they've all been incredible in their own right. But Philly was something. Was something. So what's your takeaway from Summits?
Summits is where I get my cup refilled. That is where I get refreshed and restored and ready for battle in a joyful way.
Yeah, joyful warrior.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing in general, or a specific memory from? I guess you've been to 3 of the 4.
Yes. I loved Ben and Candy Carson.
I know.
They were fabulous. And then we had a breakout session the last Summit about the I think congressman who lost his son to
South
the
Carolina.
yeah
Brandon
to the
Guffey.
yes, and we were all in tears in that breakout session, but I learned so much about what's going on with these kids and the sextortion and how some of it is bullying, but some of it's from Nigeria, with organized crime. I just learned a lot, and I learn a lot at every Summit. There's always some good stuff, and there's always a lot of good time too. Oh. I mean, I enjoy, all of us girls in Bay County enjoy the gala. We love getting dressed up and getting all sassy. So,
yeah, I think the gala is it's such a time as this gala, and we give out awards. It's really recognizing the women on the ground, the grassroots warriors, and it's just so fun. I love seeing them cry. In a beautiful, happy way.
In a beautiful, happy way.
In a beautiful, joyful, happy way. Yeah, the gala is great. So for those of you that want to join us for our 5th annual National Summit, it's in Dallas, October 8th through 11th. I think we're going to take a break for about 30 seconds and show you a little video encouraging you to join us.
Hey, Mom. Yes? Summit tickets are on sale. What? Summit tickets are on sale?
Sun's up, it's a little after 12. Make breakfast for myself, leave the work for someone else. People they say that it's just a phase. They tell me to act my age. Well, I am on this perfect day. Nothing standing in my way. On this perfect day, when nothing can go wrong. It's a perfect day. Tomorrow's gonna come too soon. I could stay forever as I am on this perfect day.
Welcome back to the Fire of Liberty show. I have a special message for Sonia.
Yes, for Sonia.
Sonia wants to know when she can wear her custom cowboy hat and custom cowboy boots at Summit. And I'm going to tell you, girl, you can wear it the whole time because this is boots on the ground. I ordered some boots that were, I guess my social media feeds know that I'm going to Dallas. Because my whole feed is filled with boots and I don't own any boots. Well, now I own a pair of boots. So I bought these boots that seemed like a good idea at the time. They're actually white cowboy boots with stars and red, white, and blue and fringes. And
I love that.
Nothing that I would ever wear in my whole life, but I got excited. I brought them home and I put them on and I have no idea what to do with them. I have asked 4 or 5 people and a couple people have been like, ooh, maybe those aren't the best boots. So I'll probably buy another pair or 2. But Sonia, if you have a beautiful custom hat and custom boots, Thursday night kickoff would be a great time to wear them. Friday all day, Saturday night gala, you could put them on with your gown. I think people do that. So enjoy. And if you want to join us, you can go to momsforliberty.org/summit26. It's going to be incredible. We've already started booking speakers. Right now is early bird sales. So you save $100. It ends in just a few days. After that, you got to pay full price. Starting in August, we'll start announcing speakers and breakouts. And as Michelle said, educated and a good time.
Yes.
So we hope you'll join us. All right. Up next, we're going to talk about some successes of your chapter.
Well, we do certain things every year.
Like?
We do the Kirk Cameron Brave Book See You at the Library
how's
event.
that turned out for you?
It's been great. In fact, last year, our vice chair, Julie Sanders, she actually had some of our elected officials come do voices and do like a theater reading of,
you guys are
of
like
the books.
all out up there.
You know, so it was really great. It turned out good.
And
we've
you get
always
a good
had
turnout for it?
good turnout, yes. And we're expecting an even better one this year. It's October 3rd. So this year, so we'll have it again. The Constitutions, with Constitution Day coming up, we've always done that. And Mary Jean Smith, she is our Constitution gal, and she always makes sure that all the 8th graders get their pocket Constitution.
Did you guys hear that? All the 8th graders in Bay County get a pocket when they study civics. They get a pocket Constitution every year from the Moms for Liberty chapter, and chapters across the country are doing that. I think we have just a few more days. Joni at 917 Society provides us all the constitutions we want for free.
Yes.
We have given out a million plus, because at the end of last year we hit the mark. We hit 1 million constitutions to middle school students. It's becoming like a flagship program of, I think, of our chapters and what we do.
Yeah, I think it's very important. And then my favorite topic, which was since I became chair, my mom and I, back in November when we did the election, she goes, well, this is awesome. Next year is the 250th. We've got to do something. And so I was like, we should do something big. And of course, I get carried away, sometimes. And so I thought, I'm going to get a big headliner, like a huge country singer or something. And I got in touch with some agents and I found out how much those cost. Yeah. So then my chapter, who wasn't actually sure that I was serious about this at the time, my board members, they started reeling me in. And then I
think you and I are very similar. I asked for a speaker for Summit this year, and I'm not going to say the name because it's a little bit embarrassing. Anyways, Jamie, who works on all of our speakers, came back and said $450,000 for that speaker. And I was like, I guess we could just not have him.
Yeah. And this was our first big event, ever. And so, but it ended up being a fantastic event. And once my board realized Michelle's crazy and she's going to do it anyway, they jumped in with both feet. And I just had a vision. I had no experience with putting together any kind of an event outside of my wedding with 200 people.
Are you serious? Before this 250 bash that you
I had zero experience with that. And God just brought all the right people. And all of my board members just jumped in with both feet, with all their different talents, all their different personalities. And we even had shuttle buses. It was a huge event. We had 40 or so vendors. We had 7 food trucks. We had
That's incredible.
6 performers.
It was like a festival, like a fair.
Yes,
type.
we had 6 performers. We had the political dunking booth with even our Senator Jay Trumbull was in our dunking booth. Yeah, it was awesome.
Amazing. And was it a fundraiser or just like a break-even event to promote?
Funny you should ask. It started out as, how in the world are we going to do this? Mm-hmm. And I was like, we're going to have to find sponsors. And we said if we could just do a great event for the community to be completely free, where they can come out and if they want to pay for food, of course, but the face painting, everything, free. If we could manage to raise enough to do that, that would be a huge win to break even.
So I would say you plan this event, but it sounds to me like you set kind of a vision and a goal for the event And I think that's a key to success for events, especially for those that are chapters that are listening, or any organization. You set a vision of, we want this to be a great community event. So it had a purpose.
Celebrating the 250th.
Celebrating the 250th, and you wanted it to be free for everyone to attend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's good. That's a good plan.
Yeah,
How'd that work out
what
for
we.
you?
Well, it worked out where we had so much support. We even got one sponsor who was extremely generous. So we raised over $30,000.
Incredible.
And then we had a little over between 14 and 15 left over.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that was putting on, like I said, 6 performers. We had it all going on. It was a beautiful event on the water, with an amphitheater, and I think we'll do it again. I think we'll do a second annual Liberty Bash.
And can you believe you did it?
No, and I can't, and I didn't do it. I did it with a whole lot of help from our volunteers, our members, and our board, not just the board. We had a whole lot of help, and we had a lot of divine intervention.
Yeah, that's actually a key element to all of our big events at Moms for Liberty.
Yes.
There has to be divine intervention.
It was a miracle.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about that at all? Were there any specific moments where you were like, but God, there's the only way this part happened?
Well, when I was also emceeing the event, and so when I would get up, especially the first time I got up and saw all the tents, saw the vendors, the food trucks, the sound guy had set up all these beautiful lights on the stage and everything, and I was just like in awe. I was looking at Uncle Sam and Ben Franklin, and of course Sonia Seidler as our Lady Liberty. She's always dressed up as Lady Liberty, and I was just like, how did look at this? It's perfect. It's perfect. My entire vision, and I just had a meltdown. So
I love it. I love that. I had that moment at our Ellis Island event, standing there watching Mary Melvin belt out the Star Spangled Banner. Fireworks going off to her left shoulder, Statue of Liberty over her right shoulder. I was just standing there with tears flowing down my face, grateful for America, our country, the opportunity for this organization, to lead this organization, for that night to come together. Because also, I cast the vision for the night and got a lot of pushback from our team. Eventually, they were all in. And I think we were all standing there at that moment like, holy moly. This is incredible.
yeah, we were all kind of like that too. Yours is a much bigger scale.
No.
Much
I'm not
bigger
trying
scale,
to
but
upstage
no,
your
but-
moment, but it's a
no, but
moment where you stand
it
there
is.
and it's a moment where you just realize that, wow.
It was a wow. It was
So, congratulations.
I'm not often speechless. No, I was speechless.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's
And to you,
fantastic.
yes.
Thank you.
Wish I could have been at Ellis Island.
But just like with you, it takes hordes of people,
Yes.
volunteers, energy, and it takes God.
Yes. And a lot of times people want to give you the credit, but it's not you. It's God, and it's the whole team. It's a whole team. You can't do this yourself. And I definitely couldn't. Like I said, 0 experience. No, it was my entire group.
Wow. Congratulations. You have
Thank you.
other successes. I think you had a candidate forum recently too.
Yes, we did. We had a wonderful candidate forum. There's 2 districts that have elections going on right now that were contested elections. Like we had one that was uncontested, so he's already in. But the other 2, we had a total of 6 candidates.
Is that everyone that's running right now? All 6? Or is
Yes.
so everyone showed up.
Everyone showed up. We had
that's a
some
good
very
sign.
thoughtful questions. We had people who are not even normally on a Moms for Liberty type of team, like a side, who congratulated us on a wonderful
Excellent.
event.
That's great.
And so that was big.
I mean, I think that's the idea, is we want to bring to light the candidates and their issues. We don't need gotcha moments. We don't need,
Right.
we want quality candidates. And everyone needs to be forthcoming with where they stand on issues. And if you can bring all that out so that people can vote for what they really want in their community, that's the most you can ask for.
Yes.
So congratulations again.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Okay. So you guys continually, you do the See You at the Library, you pass out the constitutions annually, you had an amazing Liberty Bash, you're using a candidate forum to help educate the public. You have all the right ingredients for success.
And Erica Sheets did a great winning workshop in Bay County.
Oh,
also.
did your candidates, any of the candidates that came to the forum attend that?
We had mostly city council type candidates come to our
That's
winning
good.
workshop.
Anybody that's running, there's some good things in that winning workshop.
Yes.
All right, it's time to wrap it up with the final question. Are you ready? Did you prepare?
I didn't.
Do you know what the final question is?
I think it's going to be,
Yeah,
what is a joyful warrior?
You're the first person to ask it back. Yes. What is a joyful warrior?
A joyful warrior, in my estimation, is someone who fights the good fight without actually picking fights. So it's somebody who goes out to stand up for what's right and do the right things and show a good example, but you do it with a smile on your face. And when you're upset, you still do it with a smile on your face. And you just try not to let the haters get to you and give you a bad attitude. You keep a good, joyful attitude and focus it on the right thing to do. What would Jesus do?
A joyful warrior. What would Jesus do? Equivalent. I love it. I love it. Don't let the haters get to you and disturb your attitude. I think your life experiences have brought you to this point to understanding truly what a joyful warrior is. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you as part of this organization fighting.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
We're so glad to have you. And that's a wrap for this episode of the Fire of Liberty Show. Our guest today was Michelle Brown, the chapter chair of Bay County, Florida, a peacemaker, a relationship builder, a joyful warrior. I'm Tina Deskovich. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Moms for Liberty. I hope you'll join us next Wednesday at 10 a.m. live on all our social media channels, or you can watch it or listen to it after on Apple and Spotify. Please go give us 5 stars and leave a comment and share this episode with a friend that you think will enjoy it. Until next week.